Vitamin D is really not your typical vitamin. Vitamin D is a hormone. It has the power of a hormone, which is to regulate the creative and developmental process that's going on in our body as we're growing up. Is vitamin D a treatment for something, or is it really preventing things? And the answer is really prevention. The word cure, everybody argues about whether things are cures or not cures. What we would like people to understand is that if you normalize your vitamin D, through what we know normalizes vitamin D, perhaps some targeted supplementation, but really lifestyle change, that you really can prevent a lot of diseases. And in essence, you are curing those diseases because you're never going to have them. Probably 90% of our vitamin D comes from sun exposure. We probably got some vitamin D more historically than we do today from food because we ate different foods. Our activity level, our sun exposure, and our diet have dramatically changed over the last several thousand years, and that really is what explains why our vitamin D levels are so low and why our whole diet is so out of balance. The foods that are most important in this vitamin D cure program are simply vegetables, okay? If you were to just take a simple step back and look, what is it we're not getting enough of that helps vitamin D levels go up, helps vitamin D work better, helps balance this acid-base equation we talk about in the book? It's green leafy vegetables. I am a proponent of vitamin D supplementation because I think you can customize it to the individual and their blood level and their lifestyle, and it ensures that they're going to get enough vitamin D on a daily basis because the foods we eat just don't have a lot of vitamin D in it. They're important for other reasons in our diet, but they don't have a lot of vitamin D per se in them. Milk does not naturally come with vitamin D. Cows don't put it in there. We believe all dairy products have vitamin D in them, and in fact, milk is the only one that's required to be fortified with vitamin D, and cheese and these other dairy products actually have little or no vitamin D in them. And because vitamin D is so tightly associated with so many diseases, high blood pressure, diabetes, obesity, arthritis, autoimmune diseases, cancer, that really we need to take full advantage of understanding its role by measuring it in everybody and measuring it with some regularity. It is a blood test, and that's actually a good thing because so many things in healthcare are things that, well, you can't really measure it and the tests aren't that good. It's a blood test like measuring your cholesterol or checking your blood pressure. So it's a definable thing that you can go to your doctor's office, order a test, and get a result back and know whether you are deficient or not. I believe that vitamin D deficiency is a more important problem for children and pregnant women than it is for older adults. When children have low vitamin D levels, you're handicapping them for really a lifetime as far as their health goes. Without an adequate amount of vitamin D, they don't make strong enough bones and they don't make healthy teeth. And those weak bones are carried forward not just into later childhood, but into adult life. And that's probably true for autoimmune diseases. That may be true for some of our risk for cancer, obesity, diabetes. All of these diseases, when our body is developing, not just as a child, but in utero, when we're in the womb, when we're in our mother's womb, vitamin D is influencing the processes that early in our lives, and the impact we will see later in life. The intention in writing the book was to raise the level of awareness about the importance of vitamin D. And this book is all about helping you make the right choices. It's not about the genes, it's about the choices we make and the life we create for ourselves that determines our health.